Welcome and thank you so much for coming, Erin. I'm super excited to have you on our next episode of Be the Drop. And I see that you've brought your item of significance with you, and that's something that connects you with your community. So can you share what that is and what it's about?
Okay, so I have brought in my business card, and I know that sounds a little bit strange, but really I started my business to combine personal passion and professional experience, and in doing that, that has allowed me to bring all of my communities together and live my best life, really. And so it's kind of like an experience in itself, and I think that the best things in life are experiences, and so I kind of wanted that to be an indication of what working with me or being part of my community is like.
And you touched on the fact that you've got a slightly fragmented community that you're bringing together. So can you just tell us a little bit about who they are?
Sure. So my community, I consider that it crosses three quite specific areas, so it is a little bit unique in that way. And so it's personal, professional and philanthropic. And so starting my business has allowed me to bring all of those three areas together, and the lines are sort of blurring a little bit and sort of making it more like one community for me.
Brilliant. And you were talking before about this really unique project that you're involved in with the Australian Ballet. Can you just explain what's happening with that side of your community?
Sure. So I'm on Friends of the Australian Ballet Committee in South Australia, and I run a project for them called Create. And Create is a really fashion-forward endeavour where sort of blank point shoes, if you like, that are donated by Block Australia. I send those out to fashion designers across the country and they decorate them in their sort of signature style. So it's this really beautiful opportunity for them to kind of leave their signature mark, but then also give back to a beautiful art form as well. So they do all their decorations and then they send them back to me, and we enclose them inside a glass dome and then auction them at charity fundraisers, and then all the money goes directly back to the Australian Ballet. It's been going for about 4 or 5 years, and so recently I wanted to do something that was a little bit different, and so I took 12 of my favourite shoes from over the last few years and then had international fashion artist Megan Hess draw them, and then that's the recent art exhibition that we just had at One Rundle here in Adelaide. So kind of an extension of the project, if you like.
What is the value for you of building this community and the different groups of community that you've got? What is the importance to you as a person, and how is that helpful for your business?
So I think community is incredibly important, and that's because it allows individuals to be successful. So, someone might appear to be outwardly successful by themselves, but behind the scenes there's whole groups and teams of people making all of that possible. And so communities allow individuals to make a difference. And so, us humans, we're social creatures, and so we might as well play to our strengths.
When you're communicating with your community, is there a platform that you prefer to use or that is most successful in getting your messages out?
I actually look at communication a little bit the way I look at life. So it needs to be balanced and integrated. I don't think that there is an answer, that there's one platform that is perfect for every scenario. So, I love online communication, emails and social media, and it's absolutely necessary, and it's quick and it's efficient and it's fun. But then there's the more personal and human side of picking up the phone or meeting someone face to face. And I think that comes back to this whole idea of human communication being the key. And in a lot of things that I do, whether it's an event or brand management or a plan or something like that, I actually literally look to the senses to think about each of those areas being covered, because that's how we all experience the world, is through our senses. And if you can cover off appeal in each one of those, what does it look like? How do you want to make people feel? How are you going to touch people? What does it sound like? What's your tone of voice? How are you speaking to people? That's the kind of questions that the senses allow you to ask.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, Erin. It's been an absolute pleasure. And in conclusion, I'd like for you to share with us Erin's Be the Drop tip. So that is your top communication tip.
So my top tip is to just be true to yourself, because that's when your communication is unique and it's real and it's intelligent. You know, and I say that as individuals or brands, you really need to be authentic in your messaging. And, you know, people these days, they don't want just the what anymore. They want the story behind the why and the how and the when and the where as well. And so I think if you remain true to yourself, then you're going to communicate in an authentic way.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Fabulous. Thank you for that tip, and thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.